Your GPA and your SAT score are not the essay. An admissions officer spends about 6 minutes on your entire file, and the essay is the only part of it that sounds like an actual human being. The problem? Most essays sound exactly like everyone else's. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to show you 5 fixes with real before and after lines that separate a forgettable essay from one that gets remembered. Stay to the end, and I'll show you how to get your draft scored against the same rubric admissions readers use. Before we touch a single sentence, understand the target. Admissions readers are not reading for impressive. They are quietly answering 3 questions. 1. Who are you when nobody is grading you? That's character, not credentials. 2. How do you think? Which is why reflection matters more than the event itself. And 3. What will you be like living in our dorm and sitting in our seminar? Warmth, curiosity, self-awareness. Every fix that follows serves one of those 3 questions. Fix number 1, open inside the moment. Do not start with a dictionary definition, a famous quote, or a slow wind-up. Here's the weak version. Ever since I was a little kid, I have always been passionate about helping others in my community. That sentence could open 40,000 essays. It states a trait instead of proving one. Now the strong version. The rice cooker beeped at 5:40 a.m., and my grandmother could no longer remember how to open it. Specific, sensory. And it raises a question the reader actually wants answered, and that question is what buys you the next paragraph. Fix number 2, show the evidence, not the adjective. If you have to tell the reader you're resilient, your essay hasn't made you resilient yet. Weak. I am a hard-working and determined student who never gives up, even when things get difficult. 3 adjectives, 0 proof. Strong. I rebuilt the robot's drivetrain 4 times. The 4th time, I did it in the parking lot with a headlamp in my teeth. Notice you never said the word determined. The reader concluded it, and a conclusion the reader reaches on their own is the only one they actually believe. Fix number 3. Choose a small story over a big topic. Scope down. A tiny honest moment beats a grand theme every time. Weak. My mission trip taught me about poverty, privilege, and what it truly means to be grateful. That's a huge topic with no real ownership, and it risks centering you in somebody else's hardship. Strong. For 3 years, I have made the same lopsided birthday cake for my little brother. He has never once mentioned that it leans. One narrow image carries family, love, imperfection, and loyalty, and it belongs to nobody but you. Fix number 4, and this is the one most students miss. Reflection is the essay. The story is just the setup. The thinking you do about it is the actual payload. Aim for roughly 60% scene, 40% reflection. Weak. That experience taught me an important lesson I will carry with me for the rest of my life. The reader still has no idea what the lesson was. That's a placeholder, not a conclusion. Strong. I had assumed patience was something you either had or didn't. It turned out to be a thing you rebuild every morning badly, and then again. It names a belief, then shows the belief changing. That shift is exactly what readers mean when they say maturity. Fix number 5. Write in your actual voice. Read every line out loud. If you never say it to a teacher you like, cut it. Weak. Consequently, this multifaceted endeavor facilitated my burgeoning comprehension of collaborative synergy. That's the Soros voice. It reads as anxious, not intelligent, and it hides the person behind the vocabulary. Strong. I learned that I am a terrible listener when I'm nervous, and that the fix is embarrassingly simple. Stop talking. Plain words, real admission. Vulnerability plus self-awareness is the single most persuasive tone in this entire genre. Here's a structure that always works. 650 words for moves, nothing fancy. 1. The scene, about 120 words, 1 moment of motion, no throat clearing. 2. Friction, about 180 words on what was hard, awkward, or unresolved, told honestly. 3. The turn, around 200 words on what you tried, what failed, and what you noticed. 4. Meaning, 150 words on what you now believe and how that belief shows up in your life this week, not in some distant future. This week. Now the delete on-site list. 6 lines that cost you the reader instantly. Webster's dictionary defines. I have always been passionate about. A resume rewritten in paragraph form. The trophy essay where you only ever win. A tragedy told with no reflection attached to it. And the vaguest sentence in the entire genre. I want to help people. Which people? How? Be specific or cut it. Last mile revision. 3 passes, 3 different jobs, and never all 3 at once. That's how drafts die. Pass 1 is truth. Is every line something that actually happened, in the order it happened? Cut anything you added just because it sounded good. Pass 2 is depth. Highlight every reflective sentence. If that's under 30% of the essay, add thinking, not more events. Pass 3 is sound. Read it out loud to one person, and every place they stop listening, rewrite that sentence. Here's your next step. Every one of these 5 fixes is something a reader can spot in about 10 seconds, which means you want that spotted by someone other than an admissions officer. Head to sapprep1600.com/college-essay-evaluation. That's Essay Lens, our rubric scored essay review. You pace your draft and you get scored breakdown. Hook, voice, reflection, and structure each rated, line-level flags on sentences that are hurting you, and specific rewrites instead of vague praise. Links in the description. And bring the draft you're embarrassed by. That's the one actually worth fixing. Open in the moment. Show the evidence. Go small. Reflect. Sound like you. Then get scored at sapprep1600.com/college-essay-evaluation. And subscribe. The rest of the SAT and admission series is right here.